The Motorcycle Diaries, Spanish Diarios de Motocicleta, is a 2004 biopic about the journey and written memoir of the 23-year-old Ernesto Guevara, who would several years later become internationally known as the Marxist guerrilla leader and revolutionary leader Che Guevara. The film recounts the 1952 expedition, initially by motorcycle across South America by Guevara and his friend Alberto Granado. As well as being a road movie, the film is a coming-of-age film. As the adventure initially centered on youthful hedonism unfolds, Guevara discovers himself transformed by his observations on the life of the impoverished indigenous peasantry. Through the characters they encounter on their continental trek, Guevara and Granado witness firsthand the injustices that the destitute face and are exposed to people and social classes they would have never met otherwise. To their surprise, the road presents a genuine and captivating picture of Latin American identity. As a result, the trip also planted the initial seed of radicalization within Guevara, who would later challenge the continent's endemic economic inequalities and political repression. The screenplay is based primarily on Guevara's trip diary of the same name, with additional context applied by Traveling with Che Guevara, The Making of a Revolutionary by Alberto Granado. Guevara is played by Gael Garcia Bernal, who previously played Che in the 2002 miniseries Fidel, and Granado by the Argentine actor Rodrigo de la Serna, who incidentally is a second cousin to the real-life Guevara on his maternal side. Directed by Brazilian director Walter Salles and written by Puerto Rican playwright Jose Rivera, the film was an international co-production among production companies from Argentina, the United States, Germany, the United Kingdom, Chile, Peru, and France. The film's executive producers were Robert Redford, Paul Webster, and Rebecca Yeldham. The producers were Edgar Tenenbaum, Michael Nozick, and Karen Tenkoff, and the co-producers were Daniel Berman and Diego Dubkovsky. Plot. In 1952, a semester before Ernesto Fuser Guevara was due to complete his medical degree, he and his older friend Alberto Granado, a biochemist, left Buenos Aires to travel across South America. Their initial method of transport is Granado's dilapidated Norton 500 motorcycle christened La Poderosa the Mighty One. While there is a goal at the end of their journey, they intend to work in a leper colony. In Peru, the primary purpose is initially fun and adventure. They desire to see as much Latin America as possible, more than 40,000 kilometers in just 4.5 months, while Granado's purpose is also to bed as many women as will fall for his pickup lines. Their planned route is ambitious, bringing them north across the Andes, along the coast of Chile, through the Atacama Desert, and into the Peruvian Amazon to reach Venezuela just in time for Granado's 30th birthday on April 2nd. However, due to La Poderosa's breakdown, they must travel much slower, often walking, and make it to Caracas in July. During their expedition, Guevara and Granado encounter the poverty of the indigenous peasants. The movie assumes a greater seriousness once the men gain a better sense of the disparity between the haves, to which they belong, and the exploited have-nots, who make up the majority of those they encounter by traveling on foot. In Chile, for instance, they meet a penniless and persecuted couple forced onto the road because of their communist beliefs. In a fiery scene, Guevara and Granado ashamedly admit to the couple that they are also not out looking for work. The duo then accompanies the couple to the Chuquicamata copper mine, where Guevara becomes angry at the treatment of the workers. However, a visit to the ancient Incan ruins of Machu Picchu in Peru solidifies something in Guevara. His musings are then somberly refocused on how an indigenous civilization capable of building such beauty could be destroyed by the creators of nearby Lima's eventually polluted urban decay. Later in Peru, they volunteer for 3 weeks at the San Pablo leper colony. There, Guevara observes the division of society literally and metaphorically, as the staff lives on the north side of a river, separated from the deprived lepers living across the river to the south. To demonstrate his solidarity and his medical belief that leprosy is not contagious, Guevara refuses to wear rubber gloves during his visit as the head nun requires, choosing to shake bare hands and normally interact with the surprised leper patients. At the end of the film, after his sojourn at the leper colony, Guevara confirms his nascent egalitarian revolutionary impulses while making a birthday toast, his first political speech. In it, he invokes a pan-Latin American identity that transcends the arbitrary boundaries of both nation and race. These encounters with social injustice transform the way Guevara sees the world and his purposes in it, motivating his later political activities as a Marxist revolutionary. Guevara makes his symbolic final journey at night when, despite the danger and his asthma, he swims across the river that separates the two societies of the leper colony to spend the night in a leper shack instead of in the doctor's cabins. Later, as they bid each other farewell at an airport, Granado reveals that his birthday was not April 2nd but August 8th, and that the goal mentioned above was simply a motivator. Guevara replies that he knew all along. The film closes with the actual 82-year-old Alberto Granado's appearance. Pictures from the journey, and a brief mention of Che Guevara's eventual 1967 CIA-assisted execution in the Bolivian jungle.